Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel for this week's plan with me. Last week ended up working super well with the Daydreamer sticker book, and you can see I had a very productive week. I believe it was Friday, was crazy busy. I had an audition and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to make the audition, so I had to record a self-tape just in case, and then I had a job interview, and then I nannied, and then I was so burnt out all weekend. But it is a new week, and hopefully things go pretty smoothly, because as you guys have probably seen, my budgeting it's very tight every month, and this month the money just isn't rolling in. I decided it is time to head back to the serving world, so I'm applying on Tuesday. I accidentally highlighted on Tuesday already. I thought it was the weekly page, but fortunately that was the day that I was going to apply anyway, so it worked out. So I quickly jot down my daily routines: yoga, reading, applying to jobs, swish and swipe, and cleaning the litter box. This week I'm going to do the KrissyAnne Designs sticker books from Michaels. I have two of them, the budgeting and then the color-coded one. This book is really good for when I really want straightforward colors. It's a little vibrant for me, but I ended up really enjoying how this week turned out. These little arrows fit almost perfectly in the lines, so I put those down to mark down my to-dos for YouTube in the pink and the podcast in the purple. And then I put down this blue for the personal to-do list. I've found that trying to keep track of which zone Fly Lady is on is kind of messing me up because I don't want to look it up, and so then I end up not doing anything. So this week I just decided it's the bedroom and wrote down my to-dos for the bedroom. Sorry if I sound a little out of breath. I was doing yoga before I recorded this and maybe should have waited a few minutes longer, but that's all right. So for the week, I wanted to put down my to-dos for YouTube, which is to film the 2 budget with me's. I didn't leave enough space before the second budget with me, so I put the check dot next to it. Then a Stitch Fix, a BoxyCharm, a random act of kindness, and plan with me. And then another budget with me, or no, another plan with me. Whoops, I accidentally wrote budget with me, but it's supposed to be a plan with me. Then I wanted to edit the plan with me that I was recording, do the voiceover, upload, and finalize it for the week. I ended up giving myself Sunday off of YouTube and just spread out my batch cooking throughout the whole day just to feel a little more relaxed while doing it. And after Friday, it's not like it was that much stuff to do. It was just emotionally exhausting stuff, like auditions and job interviews. Those are heavy, heavy things. And then I needed to do some outlines for the podcast and edit our session from last week and record our new one. I used this Everyday I'm Planning sticker, which came from the Target dollar spot a couple years ago. So probably not anything anybody can find at this point. I then jotted down some of the life balance to-do list. I feel like I need to get a master to-do list so that I can pull from it in the future, because I never really know what to do. This Sunday coming up, I am going to go holiday shopping for my act of kindness video and hopefully find some good stuff that is affordable for my local friends and family. That's another reason I need to get back to serving in the holiday season. And then I feel like the first several months of the year are where all my annual fees are due. So gotta make sure I can pay those. Moving on to Monday, I was feeling like I was fighting off a bug, and I was just feeling a little tired and overwhelmed. So I really wanted to focus on self-care for the day. I did have a nannying job in the morning, and I was definitely grumpy while I was nannying. But I made it through and was able to come home and take a long nap, which was very nice. And in the morning, I forgot that it had been a holiday on Monday, so I got there half an hour early, and you'll see later I add in a purple computer to show that I started editing the podcast. I used this orange page flag to mark down the nannying, and of course I end up smearing the ink. Ah well. And then the important rest sticker. I think I did a good job of letting myself off the hook on this day while still being a little bit productive. I did do the basic yoga routine of the sun salutations. I've been feeling very not in the mood to do yoga, but as long as I still do those, it's all good. I didn't do yoga on Sunday, and that was the first day in a while that I missed. Saturdays are always off, but Sunday, I think I was just overwhelmed, and I was also cooking in the kitchen, and that is a labor-intensive thing as well. So Monday is when I recorded this plan with me. You can see I tried to write it in with a certain pen. It wasn't working on the sticker, so I used the lettering pen. I used the Tombow lettering pen. They come in a set of two, one that is harder and one that is softer. And then I jotted down the yoga routine that I did. So I was looking at it and I liked how it was coming together, but because I had let myself off the hook so much for the day, I had done a lot of laying in bed, binge watching TV. I had the macaroni and cheese balls from the meal plans that I do, and oh my gosh, they're so good, and the dill sauce that went with them, it was so delicious. So I jotted down the to-dos for the day. I didn't do anywhere near all of them, but I did get some of it done, which was nice. I put down to finish the application for the next day. I put down the editing of the plan with me, which I didn't really end up doing until the next day, and all of the podcast to-dos. So finally, I realized it was perfect because I started rewatching Gilmore Girls recently, and I had a couple extra stickers left over from when the Year in the Life reboot came out, and so I used up a couple of those. I have my little Rory sticker and the Luke Steiner. I've been listening to Gilmore Guys, the podcast, just to compare it with what we're putting together. We're definitely not going to do interviews and stuff the way they did, but they were one of the successful podcasts about TV shows that we looked to for inspiration. The next day, I used this adulting sticker to jot down that I was going to go and hand in my application at the cafe that I want to work at. And I used this little alarm clock. I said to do it at 8 o'clock, but I ended up letting myself chill a little longer than that and just go through my day a little more casually, which I think was the right call. I went in and they said to come back in on Thursday when the hiring manager is there, but it seemed like a very positive first interaction. And then I put down this yellow half box to mark down my writing. The yellow is for my writing and editing work, and this Get It Done sticker. And I was going to put a yellow planner, but it all seemed a little too yellow, so I found this Munchkin, or maybe it's a Coffee Monster, that is on a yellow planner, and it says plan on its head, I believe. I figured that worked. I used this orange label with the exclamation point to jot down my nannying for the day, and then used my midliner to mark out the hours. I'm definitely liking how the spreads are coming together this week more than I have when I used the sticker book in the past. I think I've gotten a little less precious about which stickers I use from the book, and it makes it all come together a little better. So I jotted down my goals for the day and moved on to Wednesday. From Wednesday on, I'm not going to have a lot of stuff in the to-do lists because that is a little too far in advance for me at that point. I do prefer to use my to-do list within the hourly schedule if possible to fit it all into that section instead of having a separate to-do list. It's just the way my brain works. I want to mark down which time of day I got each to-do done and more track the things I got done instead of putting down a to-do list and going point by point. So I marked down the orange highlighter with work over it. Some days I will have editing or YouTube stuff that I want to get done in the background of my nannying, but again, I'm trying to take it a little easy, especially since my schedule is probably going to get very stressful soon. So I decided to just focus on the work that day and not try to do too much. So I jotted down my 2 nannying jobs for the day, 8:25 to 3:30 and 4:15 to 8:15. A very orange day. One thing that's going to throw my whole planning system out of whack if I go back to serving is I don't know which color to use, because purple is for the podcast, pink and red are for YouTube, orange is for nannying, yellow is for writing, blue is for household. I don't know. Green is usually for business, but I don't use it very often. I end up using blue a lot for that. So maybe I'll just have blue be household and business. Or the podcast can be the business one too. I don't know. So maybe green will be the serving color. Moving on to Thursday. It's my one day off during the work week, so I want to do my full routine in the morning. I put down coffee date. That's just with myself, not with anybody. Maybe just go on the patio and do some writing, some reading, all of that good stuff. I wanted to do Ashtanga yoga, so I put down my little weight, and I wanted to put down that I'll clean up on that day, working on Halloween decorations and the bedroom cleaning that I had listed. And then I put down this checklist box that I will put down my to-dos for the writing tasks I want to get done that day. On Friday, I again worked 2 jobs, but it's a little later start than normal. It's going to be 11:30 to 2:30 and then 4:15 to 8:15. So I think that will be pretty nice. So in the morning, I put down that I am going to work out with this little heart. I don't think I like how it ended up looking with just the heart, because it wasn't clear enough that it was representing like working up a sweat. So you'll see on the next page, I alter how I do it a little bit. And for the main goal, I put Friday. I didn't actually put down a main goal. Again, I'm working that day, and it's a little too far in advance for me to know what stuff I'm going to be catching up on. Also, hopefully I get a lot of work done on Thursday, so I'm not worrying about too much on Friday. I also put down this cute shopping cart to mark down that that's the day that I should at least place my grocery order, if not pick it up. Moving on to the weekend, I just realized that I didn't use any of the weekend stickers from the sticker book, so I should go back and do that. But first I put down this dinner date sticker with the pot next to it. It's not because I'm going out to eat, but I'm going to be cooking all of my dinners for the week, batch cooking, so I thought that that worked as the batch cooking label. And then I layered the heart with the dumbbell, and I liked how that worked out a lot better than just the heart on its own. So Saturday this week is going to be my batch cooking day, and then I am going to record the 11th episode of my podcast. And if you guys haven't heard of my podcast yet, it's called Friends with Benefits. It's me and my boyfriend Lex going through every single episode of Friends, because he has not watched a lot of it, isn't a big fan, and of course, as most Friends fans know, that's unacceptable. So I'm going to make him watch all of it, and hopefully he will fall in love with it. It's not really his style of show, so I don't think he'll ever love it as much as I do, but hopefully he'll get more of an appreciation for it. For Sunday, it's of course my YouTube day, so I put down the pink label. It has a house on it. I'm recording at home, so I guess that works. And these arrows that I think work pretty well. Sometimes I wish that they weren't stuck together, that they were individual, so I could just plug them in whenever, but I used the dots for that this week. And I put the planner in the top left corner. It looked a little funky, so I moved it to the bottom right. And then I put down coffee date and this little present sticker together, because I am going to go shopping for holiday gifts with one of my friends and record for YouTube while doing that. This video is probably coming out after my act of kindness videos, so I guess I don't have to be too top secret about it. There was a collab with Budget Girl where I went holiday shopping for my family at small businesses this year, just to spread the love. And that is it for this week's plan with me. I think it turned out really well this week, even though the stickers aren't really my style, and it's perfect for color coding. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.